Okay everybody, welcome back. It's a couple days later, and as I said, I wanted to go through the mill completely, and I'm really glad I did. I started greasing everything up, and then I went ahead and started checking all the hydraulics, the whole 9 yards, and I found out through some just voltage regulator testing and stuff like that, that the solenoid was going bad on the hydraulics as well. You know, when you use these things every single day, things stay dried out and they work better, and when you go a year without using something, this is typically what happens. You start finding out small little gremlins in the electrical system. So I went ahead and I changed the voltage regulator out. It was working if I tapped on it with a little hammer, but you know, I don't want to deal with that. It's 60 bucks for a new solenoid, so I went ahead and ordered it from Woodmizer, and while I was at it, I got a new micro switch. Nothing wrong with the one that was there, but that's what operates the whole system. For $30, it's insurance. I'm starting from zero again, so I went ahead and replaced that. I went ahead and went through the procedure for adjusting all the valves, because sometimes a couple of them, there's a little pin that actuates them, and that pin gets a little bit worn, and sometimes they slip and don't fully actuate the certain systems that I'm trying to connect. So long story short, I went ahead, adjusted everything, and now we hopefully have it running good. This is a log. If you guys remember that large maple log that I had milled, the big 42-inch one, this is the crotch piece that was up further up the tree where two more big branches branched off, and it's roughly about 4 feet long, maybe a little bit longer. I think it's about 53, 54 inches long, and I kept it. I literally laid it on the ground in the mud. It's been down for a year and a half, and I basically wanted to see if I could get some spalted coffee table type tops out of it and end table type tops. So I've got it. There's a crotch at the far end there. We're going to go ahead and put it to use. I'm either going to make some expensive firewood, or we're going to have some really cool boards. We'll know in a little bit. So go ahead and stay tuned right now. I'm going to go ahead and fire up the mill, and let's see what we got. It's a nice figure. The inspector's coming. Check it out. That's that log I've had laying on the ground for a year and a half. Sorry, that's not going to make it work. Look at that stuff. Coffee table. Look at all the stuff. It's working. It's perfect. Alright, I can add it. feathered crotch wood all the way down to here. Because of the oddball shape of this, it's got a big sweep in it, which is going to really lend character to it. But I've put a piece of, I just wanted to show you guys what I'm doing here to hold it. Because it's so short, it's in between the bunks and the clamps and the backstops. So it's not easy to clamp it and hold it well. Otherwise, when you hit it with the mill, when the blade's moving through it, it'll start wiggling it all over, and that's not good. So I put that piece of ash behind it, cut it down to size, and now the board is getting pressed against the ash, and the ash is registered into the backstops of the mill so the log doesn't shoot off the side. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting it off. Really nice figure, all the way down to there. Okay, all's well that ends well. Beautiful. All right, so let me clean these boards up, and I'm going to bring you guys in nice and close so you can see what these guys look like. Okay, gang, so I went ahead and broomed these off. I got them all set up here against my fishing boat up by the shop. Too muddy down at the other end by the truck like I used the last time. And as you can see, I mean, these are really nice boards. I was a little off on the length. They're actually 62 inches long. The skinniest two boards, which is the one on the right end and the one in the middle, are 12 inches wide in the middle and about 22 inches wide at the top. The rest of them are all in the 15 to 16 inch range width-wise, except for the two on the end over there. Those guys are both 17 and a half, 18 inches. And then at the tops, they're 24 and a half to 25 and a half inches wide. I'm sure you guys saw me when I was cutting, really paying attention to the guides, because there's only 26 inches of space in between the guides, and I had to really be careful a couple of times when the board wants to shift over, when it's hard to clamp like that, because it'll slam into the guide and mess it up and bend it, and I've already had that happen once, so didn't want to have it happen again. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to move you in and show you some of this fantastic grain, but the mill is operating fantastic now, like a brand new mill. Even in this cold weather, it's in the 20s today, so not crazy cold, but you know, certainly on its way. Let me move you in here and show you just some of this spectacular grain on some of this wood. So as you can see, the feather crotch is pretty much running down on all of them, like this one right here. Hopefully it'll zoom in and stay focused. It just really looks great if you go right down the line. There's another one, spectacular. I'm going to slide you guys down over to this end here. This one here has probably got the nicest, most defined figure, these two boards right here. Every one of these boards I was able to cut inch and a half, so 6/4, plus I added a 1/16, so just a little bit under inch and 3/4 there. Let me move back out. Sorry about the shaky camera, just trying to get you guys a good shot here. Yeah, so I was, able to get 6 really nice boards with a lot of crotch figure in them, and then one on the end. That one will end up, once it's dry, every one of these has got a ton of spalting. So my little experiment about leaving it laying in the mud for a year and a half and then turning it, I literally turned it at the spring of this year, so it got on both sides. The black streaking and everything that you see, that's all some really nice spalting, and it didn't rot at all, so I think I got to it right at the right amount of time. So this is going to really end up being turned into some really nice furniture. I could see making a couple of tables out of it with book match boards with the crotch figure splaying out to the sides, as well as possibly a desk or two. So if I combine these into book match parts, I can basically make 3 tabletops out of it. So should turn into some nice furniture. So anyway, thanks for coming back and watching the channel. Thanks for liking it. I appreciate it when you guys hit that like button, and of course subscribing is how the channel grows, so thanks a lot for subscribing. And once again, I really enjoy interacting with you guys down in the comments section. Most of you leave either constructive criticism, which I can certainly take. I'm not the greatest sawyer in the world, but I learn as I go, especially when you have a year off. You got to learn the controls and you get a feel for it again. But I got a whole bunch of logs over there that need to get sawn, so we're going to have some more sawing videos coming up soon, as long as the weather holds. I'm not going to be standing out here in 5-degree weather with snowstorms, but if we get some decent weather like we did today, more videos to come using the sawmill. So Christmas is coming soon. By the time you guys see this, might even be a day or two away. So Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy holidays. to everyone who doesn't celebrate Christmas, and we'll see you on the next video.